Thank you so much for 20,000 subscribers. The growth recently has been insane, and if you aren't subscribed already, now is the perfect time, as I make weekly documentary style content that I'm sure you will love. If you haven't seen my video on the TekkitRealm yet, make sure you watch that before watching the rest of this video, as it is crucial to understand the full extent of what's been going on. So assuming you've seen that, let's continue. On the 16th of July, a video would be published onto my channel titled How the TekkitRealm Fakes His Videos and Gets Away With It, a video which would gain over 150,000 views in just 3 days. And over these 3 days, the TekkitRealm's empire of lies has come crashing down, with his own fans reaching out providing even more evidence than ever of fake, deceitful, and staged content. And although he heavily censors his comment sections, braver fans have gone and commented on his videos, helping unsuspected viewers debunk and understand the legitimacy of the content they are watching. Now on the other hand, some other commenters have gone to spreading hate, which is simply not okay. Of course, the TekkitRealm's actions have upset a lot of his fans, and many of them may feel betrayed or even fooled, but in the grand scheme of things, hate has never solved the problem, and hate will never win. Shortly after my video was uploaded, I was banned from his Discord, alongside other TekkitRealm fans who were punished for discussing the topic. But there was just a small problem. For the longest time, the TekkitRealm had relied upon his Discord staff to clean up after him and censor the people who spoke out about his actions. But now, many of the staff had enough, and a few of them banded together to protest my ban, and also the instructions they were given by the TekkitRealm to punish people for talking about how his videos are staged and faked. Whether it was due to the comment section becoming flooded with people debunking the video, or a feeling of guilt from having light shined on his staged content, a lot of the videos I discussed in my video have now been deleted, which leads us up to the 18th of July, when the TekkitRealm would leave a comment on my video. A 1,000-word reply where he would state his own perspective and give an explanation for some of his actions. Due to a lot of the comment being filler information and talking about himself rather than the evidence at hand, I'll be focusing on the parts where he actually discusses his own actions. However, the entire raw transcript of his response will be in the description below. The first event addressed by the TekkitRealm, who I'll be now referring to as Dallas, was regarding the Just Cryptic situation. When addressing the situation, he admits how he reported the video for being staged and faked, resulting in channel termination. He also states that he contacted YouTube again to get him unbanned. Now, whilst this could be true, I do find it hard to believe that he could simply get someone's channel reinstated, especially if they were banned for breaking community guidelines. There's been a history of YouTubers being demonetized or even terminated without even the biggest YouTubers being able to fix this situation. So it's hard to believe Dallas, a small channel who wasn't even verified at the time, was able to fix it just like that. But that's unless YouTube found that his report was false or created with malice intent, to which that is entirely possible. The next situation addressed by Dallas was the Chris Awake Stolen Rewind video. Dallas claims that a random person emailed him the video asking him to post it. He also claims that he wasn't aware of the situation until it was struck down, but once again, Dallas is not telling the truth. What really happened was that he found out he stole someone's video and added a link crediting the original creator, but to add salt to the wound, he did this underneath all of his other links. He could have avoided the strike altogether by just simply removing the video when he noticed it was stolen, and that's also considering if he was really sent this video by a random fan and he didn't just find the video himself and posting thinking he could get away with it. He also claims that the music wasn't edited out, but with the video now being struck down, I can't prove that to be real or fake, so we gotta take his word for it. When doing my research, I didn't find information showing he compensated Chris Awake, so if he did, that's something that I should have mentioned in my video, as it at least shows some sort of resolution to the situation. However, assuming this is all true, the meaning of this is certainly reduced based on how Dallas would continue to fake and steal content over the following years. Next, Dallas addressed his Lost at Sea video. In the response, he states that the video was satirical and the part 2 to his real-life Minecraft video, where he had intentions on poking fun at that type of challenge content. This explanation is understandable, but he could have easily solved the problem with a simple disclaimer or by replying to comments which were genuinely concerned about him. I also find it funny how he says the video was not intended to get views, which really contradicts the purpose of YouTube and further contradicts his history of making videos telling people how to get views. Dallas then goes to admit how his fake 1-year streams is something that he isn't proud of and not something he can defend. And from here on, his response mainly stops talking about specific claims and starts talking about himself and how many parts of his videos are fabricated through the entirety of his channel. He also says, quote, "Lots involve content submitted by others that end up being false, inaccurate, or fake." Now, this is a perfect example of Dallas trying to deflect some of the blame onto his viewers. As a creator myself, and I think most other creators will agree, it's always the creator's responsibility to moderate and fact check things they post onto their platforms. And to make this even worse, a majority of the evidence faked in his videos is actually done using Inspect Element. Now, Inspect Element only affects web pages locally, meaning he would have actually needed to use Inspect Element himself on his own computer to create the fake evidence and screen recordings shown in his videos. Now, unless he claims a fan went into his house and used Inspect Element on his personal computer, it is completely absurd to blame his fans for his manufactured and fake evidence, and just shows a lack of accountability for his own actions. The most accountability we really get is him claiming to be filling in details by faking them, and how is it fault for losing sight of the whole concept of uncovering the truth? Up until now, the response wasn't too bad, but it's here that things started to take a quick turn. Dallas claims that he does not fake his rickrolling or scam trolling videos. Now, I think he said this due to me briefly discussing the topic in my video, but not going deep in with proof. And the reason I didn't show proof was, to me, this type of content is the easiest to prove fake. I mean, first of all, if the concept of him DMing celebrities shortened links and them actually clicking him and responding to him isn't enough, the TekkitRealm published a video on the 26th of May 2021 titled "I Made an Entire Country Ban Rickrolling." And in this video, Dallas features a news article which was later discovered to not even exist. And with a simple Google search, you can find that the video was once again another staged video. And just as another side note, he made a video rickrolling companies where all the companies were responding in a childlike way, which is just not how companies work. Big companies generally have social media managers and customer support teams, and if you send them a shortened link, they are not going to respond to you. So much for not faking rickroll videos. It really disappoints me that when given the opportunity to respond and finally take accountability for his actions, that he decides to go deeper into the lie. Throughout the rest of the paragraph, he talks about how he doesn't have friends and how he wanted to make people happy because he had felt, quote, unhappiness. It is almost like he thinks he can't make people happy without faking his videos, which is far from the truth. He follows this up by mentioning that he isn't in it for money, which, even if he was, isn't a bad thing. We all have to pay bills, and money is something that every human needs to survive. In the final paragraph of his response, he finally addressed the Wikitubia situation, admitting to have created the page himself and also admitting to taking the page down. Now, first of all, it's not a great sign that you're creating a wiki about yourself. That's a little narcissistic. But Dallas somehow talks about removing the wiki page discussing him and freedom of speech being important to him in one sentence. On the screen is the one part of the wiki which Dallas used as an excuse to take down the entire page, supposedly because he couldn't convince Wikitubia to disable editing on his page. Whilst on the topic of freedom of speech, it's not very free when he demands his own Discord staff to remove any evidence, and when his comments section is so censored with blacklisted words that saying the word fake or lie will automatically in itself get the comment deleted. And with that, we have covered the main parts of his response. I did find it interesting how he didn't even mention how he's been stealing video games from indie developers and claiming to make them himself, but he's probably just trying to sneakily get away with that, as it's probably even more serious than him just faking his videos. If his videos were really just for fictional entertainment, why would he present them as real, and historically go out of his way to censor and shut down anyone proving his information evidence to be forged? Since the day I published my original video, Dallas has already posted 2 videos, and just by entering the comments section, a lot more people are now catching on and providing evidence to the videos being faked. You might think that after he wrote those long paragraphs, and after he removed the content mentioned in my video, that he would finally change, but up until the making of this video, no change has been seen. After multiple times of having my comment removed due to his strict censoring, I finally wrote a response to his video titled "The Internet's Mind Reading Radio Station." Hi Dallas, just to set the record. Although I find it extremely disappointing as to how you have treated your fans and lied through your teeth for views, going as far to censoring and removing your own fans who are discussing it, whether it be on wiki pages, comment sections, or on your Discord server, you need to decide who you are and what you want to do on YouTube. Do you want to continue the path of lies and deceit, or do you want to take the longer term option of cleaning up your content by becoming a fictional storytelling channel with pre-roll disclaimers and not censoring others? You do have potential. Mind you, you wouldn't have grown this big if you weren't staging your content in a believable way. My point is, it isn't too late to take a turn for the better and focus on your community and becoming a respected creator. You wouldn't be in this position without your community, and how you are treating them is atrocious. And as you see from the hundreds of comments from upset fans, you need to do better. I don't hate you, sure. I find your actions extremely scummy and that of someone trying to cheat their way to a quick success, but I think you can turn things around and start fresh. It might be overwhelming, and you might not know where to start, so here are some steps. Remove your staged videos. I know this is most of your content, but there are a couple of legitimate videos I found. Re-upload these videos with a pre-roll disclaimer and a disclaimer in the top line of the description. Apologize to your fans, not a fake stereotypical YouTube apology, a genuine admission of your mistakes and how you have continuously lied to your fans. Move on. You deserve to be forgiven if you make the right efforts to right your wrongs. I don't think your actions reflect the type of person you are behind the screen, and that sums up my comment. To end this video, let's bring back the classic TekkitRealm quote, "Not really a joke when hundreds of thousands of people watch it intending to learn something, is it?" And before we end the video, I just want to quickly thank my Patreons, Ethan, A Spicy Cow, JP, and Booth. If you want to support me on Patreon, the link will be in the description.